been a while, I've been waiting to play this.
You have one reminder. Today at 1 p.m. Apply to internships.
Oh, it's that time already. What is going on, guys? This is obviously Jordan here, back in another video, and we are finally rolling into the Internship Game Season 3, Year 3, third year edition, whatever it may be. We're finally getting our started today, and I'm so excited because at this point, oh, I ain't even got my damn results. Okay. My camera's falling off the table, but now we have our results. I recorded that like a week ago. Like, yeah, I'm looking for Internship Game 3. I had all these plans of like a really cool intro, but I realized like I didn't even have my results yet. I didn't even know if I was made it into third year. I mean, I was always kind of confident, but it was like you just want to know, and I hadn't known. So now we know. Now we're secure in third year. Internship Game Season 3, baby. Let's get it. As we do every single year, the first video has to be the CV and the cover letter. So I'm going to open those up right now. You're going to be seeing a screenshot in front of you. Not going to be recording my screen because I've had a lot of trouble with screen recordings today. But yeah, my CV right now, to be fair, the only obvious difference, in fact, let me open my last one as well. I think the only real difference is I've added my LinkedIn link on the top left corner. But we're going to go through this in real time, so you guys can see where we're at going into season 3. What's most significant this year? I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro card a second ago, but this year, because when I first started Internship Game, that was second year, so I was doing spring weeks, and I redid second year. This year, season 3, third year edition, we're actually going to be eligible for summer internships, because our penultimate year, and even though, yes, we are also eligible for a couple in second year, now it's like I can apply to literally anything, and I already know where I'm going. So I haven't actually made the list yet on Notion. I'm going to actually make a list of all of the current opportunities, all the deadlines, and we're going to keep that updated as we go through it. Anyone who watched season 1 of the Internship Game, you'd have seen that the spreadsheet I had, like a key I had on the side as well, so you knew like if I'd applied for it or what day it was, what stage I was at. I kind of slept on that last year because I was a bit under the rug, a little bit under the bus, under the weather, whatever the expression is. I just wasn't really feeling it as much. Even though I was still able to get like multiple spring weeks and an internship in the end, I didn't take it as seriously last year because I was retaking it and COVID and ECT and and so on. But this year we're going to hit in the ground running. So it's literally I've just got my results. I've just been confirmed as a third year student and already instantly getting the CV up, getting ready for applications, and hopefully, well, not today because I've got stuff to do. I've got to go home and I'm going to go karting later with my boys, but tomorrow we're going to start applying for actual opportunities, and boy oh boy am I excited for this year. As I said, we actually can finally apply to like normal summer internships as usual, like big things, big things. So as I mentioned, the only real change between my two CVs from last year and this year was I added my LinkedIn link in the top right corner. I took out the AS Chemistry C. Okay, so in my old one, I also had entrepreneurial experience on top. Now I've got University of Bristol on top. I've taken entrepreneurial experience. Oh no, so I've just moved entrepreneurial experience to the second instead. The reason why I've done that is because I think a lot of these companies will use automated like CV reviewing software. So if they go into it and they see if the software sees the first line is entrepreneurial experience, sometimes it just puts unemployed, or I might put I work at eBay because I've got eBay written down there. Now I was going to say I work at University of Bristol, and then if they actually read it afterwards, they'll see entrepreneurial experience. That's more of a structural issue based on the software that these companies use. I don't actually know if this is going to make a reasonable difference, but in my head it just makes logical sense. Like if I was making a program, I'm not going to read it to interpret entrepreneurial experience because there's going to be a billion ways you can phrase that. Like, I don't know, side hustles, or people might not even put that in work experience, might even put that in position of responsibility or somewhere else in the CV. So just to be sure, just to be like, extra sure, because they're both current jobs anyway. I'm still a senior, well, I'm not senior resident anymore, but I'm a Bristol Futures advocate, and I need to add another role here actually, BME success advocate. But yeah, relevant experience, so it's staying up there. What I actually haven't added is the internship I've just done at Ashton Fire, which is a great experience. It's, technical skills. It's actually in the engineering industry that will take me a long way when it comes to applications. I don't know yet what I'm going to take out. It'll probably be one of these Bristol ones, like senior resident, for example. So I've got a lot of well-being experience, as you can kind of see from my NCS. So maybe I'll take senior resident out because it doesn't really make much of a difference compared to NCS, which is a literal. It's a lot more a lot more hands-on instead of just like operating down the same halls as these other as young people. But yeah, I've also got position responsibilities, change a little extracurriculars. Yeah, so I've also changed the extracurricular at the bottom. So I think I must have added a line to something somewhere because I've taken a line away from achievements and interests. So before it was, you know, I had activities, I had captain, blah blah blah, orange belt, karate. Then at the bottom I had music, intermediate. Now I've just taken music out entirely, I think. Yeah, for some reason I've taken music out entirely. So I've added a line to something somewhere. I don't know what it is, I don't know where it is. But something. I've taken a decent amount of stuff out, but I don't know what I've added. So the CV is a little bit different, but that's not important. Cover letters. Now I haven't actually got a cover letter for this block yet because obviously I haven't started applying for anything. But you would have seen my cover letters from last year, so I'm going to get one up in front of me now. Generally, as I mentioned, you want to have like why the role, why the company, and then why you. 3 distinct paragraphs kind of breaking down why you're applying to these places. And I've had a decent run of that so far. My most recent cover letter would be for startups that I did last year when I was applying for SMEs. And I've got one for Different or Yena at the time. I'm going to put that one up on the screen. And as you can see here, it's like three distinct paragraphs. So the first one is like, well, you know, where I found them, why I like the role. The second one is like, why them in particular. Well, no, that's actually more about me. And the bottom one's the opportunity and the difference. So I didn't actually follow my own structure very well here. The reasoning for that is because when you apply to startups, you're literally applying, most of the time anyway, you're applying to the actual CEO, the founder, or you're applying to someone very, very senior, versus when you're applying for a generic, not a generic role, but like a role at a bigger company, they're usually applying like to the HR team or maybe to someone in the team you're going to be applying for, not necessarily higher up in the company. So I can afford to, well, at least in my head, I thought I can afford to be a bit more personable, you know, relate to actual experiences in this one, because it's going to be the actual founder reading it, versus like a HR team that might not know everything that the company does. It's more about, again, the role and stuff, and a bit more generic. I don't actually have any of those generic ones on me because, as I said last year, I didn't apply to anything really. But yeah, you've now seen my this year and last cover letter. You've now seen my latest, well, most recent, I should say, cover letter, which isn't super relevant, but you can kind of see what I'm going with. And yeah, that's basically it. There's not much I can go into today. Applications start very, very soon. Episode 2, I'm going to be showing you the Notion spreadsheet I've got and how I'm going to be using that moving forward, what I've applied to by then. So we're going to move quicker this year via internship game. But for now, that's it. You've seen the cover letter. You've seen the CV. You've seen my face. You know that I'm ready. You know that I'm hungry for this year. Before this even comes out, I'm going to do some sort of results thing. By the way, just so you guys know, I passed second year. Obviously, I'm going into third year. But yeah, we're good. You can see where I'm at. So let's see where you're at. If you're also applying, let me know. If you I'm speaking at 100 words per minute, but if you're also applying to stuff right now, let me know down below in the comments or hit me up on like LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. Let me know where you're at. If you need help with anything, I'll try my best. But as of right now, let's get started.